Welcoming you back to Crypto's Juiciest News, baby dolls. If you have any children in the room, please ask them to leave because they might be frightened at the sharpness of my elbows in 3, 2, 1. Ha! The sharpest elbows in the northern, southern, eastern, and western hemisphere is now here. BTC 114,000 American dollars. What did Donald Trump say about the US Fed? Is he going to hire someone new soon? He's finding a replacement. What about all this crypto investment going on? What about the interest rates? What about our alt season? What about India? We've even got some India stuff. What about Tom Lee? All of that coming your way and more, friends. The first thing we have to do is look at that smelly monthly BTC candle. Oh, it's actually ticked up to 115,000 American dollars. Wow. So this little red candle turning back into green, it seems like it really was just a little testy test fake out. This is the Bitcoin chart. This is a daily super trend. We were looking for something like this, right? Pop. You know, I remember I was saying, friends, I was kind of hoping that it just breaks all the models and just does something different. Just because, like, I'm just gets a bit anxious about what's coming next. Because, you know, if it's over in like 2 weeks or 2 months, it's going to be quite some poopy time experiences for us. Let's play some Puppy G music. You need a license to operate these, okay? Very sharp edges. Now, what is the state of Meth? Its monthly candles also doing nice things. This is it, friends. So, Ethereum, we might be ready to crack this month. We got to crack that 4,000. Remember, we're literally knocking on the door of 4,000. Once again, it comes back, has to reject for the 17,000th time and piss us off even more. Total crypto market cap 3.7 trillion. We're still, it's kind of funny, friends. We can literally see this thing. It is literally moving along a parabola. You know what I mean? Like, if you look at this, it's literally moving up the channel. You know, so I'm hoping we come up here, we actually pop, and we do something like that. That'll be great. Believer cycle. Where all the numbers coming from? Where just, man, like, I've got, look, man, just look how big the rest of the world is. Stocks, 150 trillion. Gold, 22. Bonds, 200. Oil, 2 trillion. Cash, 90 trillion. Property, 200 trillion. Friends, you want to know what's funny? What's the most useful thing on that chart, on this graph? Obviously, oil. It's the lowest market cap. You see? It's the lowest market cap. You get it? The whole oil industry is 2 trillion. So just showing you because you keep consuming it. Yeah. No one wants to store oil because you keep using it. That's why the utility thing is not what you think, man. Because people think, oh, it's useful. I'll always need it. No, it's useful. You'll always need to spend and consume it. That's the utility trap in our minds. That's why, look, we all go through. When I came in, I'm like, oh, I want something useful. We all think like that. That's why my mind started blowing, amongst many other things. Very family-friendly way type of blowing. When I started discovering that the stuff that held the most value was stuff that had no use at all. Bitcoin. Basically gold. Gold's only 10% utility value. It's like, what? There's no use for your thing, right? Also, look at the Apple share. This is funny, right? When you look at Apple and Amazon shares, you're like, oh no, their companies are useless. Shh. What can you do with their shares? What can you do with their shares, friends? Nothing. Yeah. Can you tell Apple to change their logo to a banana? No. Can you tell McDonald's to change their Big Mac burger? Nope. You can't do anything. You can't even get into the building, you know? What if you're a young single man and you would like to talk to the girl at the receptionist in the worker reception? You can't even get into the building. They won't let you in. You're like, hey, but I own $27 of Apple stock. No one cares. Even if you owned $27 million of Apple stock, you still can't get in. You get it? It's all Fugazi. It's just the meme of it. They're like, oh, stocks follow their fundamental value. What they've done is this is the biggest. You got to understand this about markets and crypto while we're going up. Okay, so they describe in the past 100 years that people noticed the behavior of people who own stocks. The market, the wisdom of the crowd, it's buying stuff that's correlating to cash flow over time. As earnings and cash flow goes up, the stock value goes up, okay? So then they make descriptive models around that. But that's just a stock's asset. In cryptocurrency land, with our beautiful shit coins, okay, we love them, including Bitcoin. all of our beautiful internet Ponzi coins, okay, it doesn't have a meme of cash flow. And what I mean by meme, not meme coin, is in the idea of the wisdom of the crowd in there. It's something different. It's Metcalfe's law. They're networks. That's a beautiful part about it. And look, everyone's going to know this between the next 5 and 10 years. It's going to be all over the, it's going to be like literally all the university textbooks. That everyone's going to know how to describe crypto. Right now, they don't know how to describe it. They go, internet Ponzi, it's got no value. It's got no value. Good. That tells me we're not high enough yet. This is the Bitcoin weekly chart, $115,000. These are the 3 fib levels that we have to conquer next. We are around the first one, 100K. We've basically battled this. This is the next one, 150K. I really hope we do get there. We've got quite a while to go. You know what I'm going to do, friends? I'm actually going to show you. So all the macro and everything, pretty much everything's stabilized, right? Here's Bitcoin dominance as well. What I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you some blockchain back, okay? So Bitcoin dominance just hanging around, nothing to see here, okay? Bitcoin. Actually, before, in case I forget as well, Sol ETH ratio has ticked down again. My gosh, friends, literally, it's falling out of my circle, bro. How are you falling out of my circle? I made this circle giant. You're back here. You see, I made the circle when you were here. You're all the way down here. Yeah, it's falling out. Everyone's, the trenches. Like I said, dude, check the state of the trenches because I am going to bet that dirty foot meme coin you've put in your mouth is not going to retire you. Okay, and friends, I'm not going to call them meme coins anymore. You know what? I'm not losing this tug of war. They're JPEG coins. Okay, you're not a meme, bro. Okay, the pimple-faced Cupsy kid and the spaghetti hair LA vape cabal, amongst every other scammer and grifter on the chain, bro. When they're dumping something on you in 8 seconds, literally 8 seconds average hold time, you're not a meme, dude. You're a JPEG. You're just a generation of pixels combined. You're a JPEG. There's no community. You don't even call yourselves a meme. You know what I mean? So, but when are they going to wake up? They're never going to wake up. They're going to wake up when they lose all their money. Just like, in the traditional fiat system, when are the blue pill cucks want to wake up? Going to wake up. You know when they're going to wake up? When Bitcoin's like $1 million, right? By the way, you should have already woken up, bro. Bitcoin's 100K, but they're still sleeping. But some people have woken up. They're like, man, I've missed out. What's going on? They're coming in here, right? You can say this for everything else. Okay, when's the crypto industry going to wake up to PulseChain? Maybe when it's like 5x sack price. Maybe they're going to wake up to Richard Hart. Maybe Hex hits $1. Maybe everybody in PulseChain, when they're going to wake up to PDI, maybe when it hits 1 cent again. Okay, we'll see. Even my close friends are in PDI. Obviously, you're my close friends, but like real life friends where we enjoy, physical 3D realm cups of orange juice. They don't even get, what's 0.5 cents? Is it 2 zeros or 4 zeros or 9 zeros? I don't get, you know what I mean? Like we had that. Like, I don't get it, but once you hit the 1 cent number, it's like this explosion. Like, it's 100x to $1. That's the funny part. I'll quickly show you some PulseChain core coin prices of the chart, and then we're going to crack on with BCB. So this is PulseChain core coins, friends, up 5% up here. PDI up 7%. It actually went back and crossed 0.5555 cents. Okay, so remember it's dollars, 0.0056. I know it's annoying. Like, how many zeros, bro? I just don't get it. The unit bias, we don't get it out here, but that's what we got to deal with. Okay, and yes, we are relying on Meth. We need Ethereum to keep cranking. This is interesting, friends. Also kind of scary. We've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 green candles in a row for PulseChain. And this is kind of trash, by the way. We've only gone up a 2x. We're still like 55% below sack price on USD. Yeah. Also, friends, when it comes to measuring anything out here, some people say, oh no, remove the sack price or ignore it. No one cares. No one cares about that. It's how the crowd and everyone else decides to do it. But you should also be measuring in your BTC value. So literally, PulseChain has to do, I think, a 12x to be break even from 4 years ago. And you can see that by the Pulse to BTC ratio. Here it is right here. I think it's actually moved up a bit. That's interesting, friends. So now we only need to do, oh, wow. Wow, we've actually moved up off this low. Now we only need to do a 7.4x to break even. And the low, we needed to do 12x. So now we got to do 7.4. Remember, this is the PulseChain to BTC, Pulse to BTC ratio, okay? Then you break even. Yeah, it's kind of sucky. January last year, we came up here and then just like a smackdown again. Just people getting out. But what can we do about it? We can't do much. Why I'm just telling you that is, I hate to say it, man, but this thing, it's probably going to do resistance here again. and then it's going to be believer's cycle. It's going to go down, fake out, and maybe Richard's going to send it after that. But it is what it is, man. Like, you know, trust me, friends, at the end of everyone's cycle stuff, the performance, okay, not everyone even does this, but at the performance at the end, I'm not joking, okay, there's literally the winners is literally someone who said, hey, I bought these, I sold these, it was done. Yeah. The winner, because you think in your mind, the winner is, I did a DeFi thing. I flipped it here. I did this. I did that. I flipped it into this coin. Then I bought Doge for a leverage 3x. Then I went and jumped into this new coin and did this ICO. So that's not actually the person who kills it. You only hear about that random guy because they end up on some interview on a YouTube channel. But actually, it's sad as well. A lot of the times, people will go and investigate those people. I remember once in last cycle, there was a guy who goes, oh yeah, I flipped. It was basically the Ethereum trenches. He's like, oh yeah, I started with 20 grand and he flipped it all the way to like 1.8 million. He goes, how I made 1.8 million. People ended up finding this guy out. And he left out a convenient part of his story where the first 1 or 2 coins he bought, he was an insider. And he knew the team was going to rug. So when he put the money in, I think his 20 grand, he turned into 400. You know, so then you go and look at all his parts. You're like, bro, after the rug scam, you just made a 3x. That's when I looked at it. I'm like, so you have 400 grand or 1.2 million or whatever it was. I'm like, well, you left out the part where you had insider information and you dumped on everybody and you rugged everyone. But he conveniently leaves that part out. He goes, oh, I got into this coin. It was one of the algo stable coin. And then people ended up finding out who it was. Like, wait a minute, bro. Your best friend is like the insider def and you guys rugged this thing. You see what I mean, friends? So that's what retailers get trapped like that. They think, oh, I've got to do 15,000 backflips and backtricks. It's like watching a football player. You're like, oh, I bet the best football player when he comes in, he's like a magician. He makes a soccer ball disappear. He does a handstand. He does a one-arm push-ups. You know what I mean? No. The best like football player, like, you know, it depends on each position. The defender just grabs the ball and passes, and they're trying to do minimal touches. Not trying to juggle in the air and do a theatrics for the audience and stuff out here. So it's the same concept. And once you see it in crypto, you can't forget it. Now, without further ado, I'm going to show you now, friends, blockchain backers, some of his charts. So pretty much we are, remember, traversing Bitcoin. This is where Bitcoin is. On the left is BTC now, right? And on the right is the chart he thinks it's following. You see that? So we've done this. So it's literally, if you check it out, friends, it's literally, we had a double top. Look at this. We had a double top here. We had a double top there, pretty much. High and high, okay? Then we had a capitulation. Then we had capitulation. Okay, now obviously a different form of it. Then we have this drawn out period, which is what just happened a few months ago. We go up. Yeah, so this was in June of this year, right? So we went up, we recovered after the Trump tariffs, and we do the ABCD. Yeah, we go up and we do the ABCD here, okay? See this part? Now we're in that next part, which I'm just going to show you, which is we've shot the high, and we've done a back test. So this is Bitcoin, shoots up 110, hits 120, bank, and does that, okay? So he thinks this is a similar thing now where we go up, we do the back test here. And he believes the next part is up only and then down only. Let's play some angel music so we don't actually get a true down only. Look at my wavy arms, friends. We're doing an interlude. This is what's going to take us into the next part of the cycle. So up only, down only, up and then down, up and then down. So if we get this, Bitcoin fans, it's funny. It doesn't even go that far. It's only like to 130. Okay. But they're just squiggly line fractals. We'll have a lot of other things to show you. Like we'll see where euphoria comes, bro. We'll see where it comes. And like in this part is expecting, I'll show you for all the XRP baby dolls, everybody holding that. Just let you know, man, guys might be scared, but like, this guy's been in it for 6 or 7 years, man. He's getting out in a 3x. He's getting out at $8 to $9 around there, okay? Obviously, I just want to show you quickly macro charts. So this is the Russell 2000. As you can see, Russell 2000 rejected here. We need this to just start shooting up and continue as well. Remember, that's all with the business cycle. We've now had 33 months down in a row. 33 months, okay? Now, this is the XRP chart, right? But this is the XRP BTC. Okay, so this is the XRP Bitcoin ratio. Okay, so you have XRP, yes, and then it is against Bitcoin. This is your real chart. a real chart, okay, and it's a log chart. He's getting out here. He's getting out there. And I can actually go and show you on mine what it looks like. Here it is. This is the XRP BTC chart. He is getting out here. He's literally getting out there, friends, okay? So there you go. He's getting out around there, and that is about 230% from here. So it's if you look at XRP chart itself, okay, if you look at XRP, where would a 230% move take us? That would take you around 10 bucks around here, all right? But that assumes Bitcoin doesn't move. So that's what he's actually expecting. He's expecting Bitcoin only goes up from here 10%. And XRP somehow gets above here. So that would be the XRP BTC ratio. So if XRP shoots and shoots and shoots, right, he's getting out here. He's getting out and he's done. Remember, he was accumulating since down here. 50 cents, 50 cents, 50 cents, and then pop, you know. This should show you, man, it's a believer cycle, dude. It's a believer cycle. It's not his trading. It wasn't his leverage. Even though he does do that. He does do that. It's all coming from this, bro. Buy one thing, get out. Okay? It's a good example, man, because you could do this literally everything, friend. Literally, this is it. This is what gives you. It's not the only way to win, of course, but it's the highest return. It's the highest return. You have actually the least risk because you don't have a liquidation point and you don't have a stop out. Yeah, it's the least risk. The thing is, though, there is a cost you pay, and it's with your brain and your mind and your soul. It wears you down because you just don't know the unknowns. That's the price you have to pay. So what's the price you have to pay? There's question marks everywhere. Don't know if it's going to happen. Don't know when it's going to happen. You really got to believe. You got to do your research and stuff over time. But we're in that same camp. So hopefully it happens to the rest of us too. Oh yeah, you're probably wondering, hey, if an XRP maxi, pretty much, you know, it's not really a true maxi, but you know, his overwhelming majority weight. If a believer like that, if he's getting out, who's going to be buying there? Well, I've already seen, friends, there's already people who are super angry at him because they go, no, this thing's going to at least 50 bucks. At $50 to $100. Okay, so that's what everyone, no one's going to be getting out, and it'll be timed with news. Maybe a case gets dropped. Maybe Ripple announce an IPO in America. There'll be news up there. It'll be the most amazing news. That's what it'll come down to. And funny enough, he's got a similar chart of what's happened in the past. This is BNB. BNB's US dollar coin. It does the same chart and it goes up here and then it starts going sideways. So I wonder if XRP goes up and it starts distributing or something up here. That'd be interesting. Yeah, we'll see. Now it's time to crack on with some news, right? Trump says he's going to name a new Fed governor and a BLS, that's the Bureau of Labor Soy chief this week. So remember the jobs are all fake. We've all known the jobs are fake and stuff out here, right? But Mr. Pump is going to name new Fed governor. Now, there's been talks of the interest rates and what's going to come out next. But what I'm going to do is, once again, friends, just show you what's priced into the market. And if you go to the CME Fed Watch tool, which we are right now, look at this. So the next meeting for September is 94% chance of a cut now. Okay, they've adjusted themselves. It's literally 94% chance, 95% chance. Pretty much saying we're definitely getting a cut there. Okay, if you go to October, it is 68% chance of a cut. You see that? And then if you go to December is, here you go. December's like a 57% chance. Wow, 2 cuts. That's pretty much what I'm saying. 57% chance for 2 or 3 cuts coming in ahead. Now what we should do is quickly check out my US 2-year to the Fed funds spread. Remember this, friends. This is the rate expectations going for the next 2 years. It's still pricing in. It's around, see here, it's now between 2 and 3 cuts right here. So they're not sure of anything more than that. They go, okay, we'll do 2 or 3 cuts. Pretty much what the market's doing is it doesn't want to commit to more than 4 months yet. I guess it's like, hey, we'll only move the rates if, like, are you going to fire Powell? Are you going to do something? So we're going to wait and see. That's what it is. So see, it's minus 0.65. It's between 2 and 3 cuts, and yeah, we're going to need more data and stuff as it come out. It'll just. But yeah, no, it's not enough for us. Do we really care? You got to remember, friends, as well. Rates, Fugazi as well, which is biggest mind truck of all. Rates are Fugazi too. They are a reflection of the economy. Yeah, they're appropriate for whatever the economy is doing. If the economy is hot, rates are high. Yeah, it's not that because if all it took was the lower rates to give you a booming economy, there you go, put rates at 0%, everyone wins forever. It's not that. It's whatever's appropriate. That's why we might find this cycle doesn't diminish and it's going to blow everyone's minds because the rates are high. That's what might happen. The rates are high. Like, wait a minute, rates was 0 in 2021 and now they're high now. Yes, the economy was weaker back then. We had a zombie virus. Right? You know, in the tech bubble, friends, in 1999, they had rates at 9%. At 5% in 1999. The internet bubble would have blown your mind just to say, like, what? How are rates so high? Yeah, the economy's hot just like now. The economy's hot. But no one wants to say that because most people are middle class to poor, and inflation's always ticking up against you, and they're not saving, and they're definitely not saving in scarce assets. So their numbers aren't going up on their charts or their portfolios. So they're constantly saying, I'm doing bad, I'm doing bad, I'm doing tough. They're like, oh, I'm making more salary, but I'm getting wrecked here because, like, you know, they buy a new car, but then they're like, you know, that's what happens. Maybe someone has like a $60,000 car. They get a new salary, new job promotion. Then they buy an $80,000 car, but they're like, oh, I'm doing great. But what you don't know is, yeah, your salary went up, whatever it is, like 25%. You bought a new car, 25%. But then over the next year, they're telling you your CPI, your KIPPI's only 2%, but you'll notice electricity, food, bills, everything starts cranking up also in high numbers, and they're lying to you the numbers, and you realize, oh my gosh, my purchasing power is actually the same, right? The only way to beat them, you have to invest. That's the only way to do it, okay? Bitcoin will flip Apple at 155K. I have the chart ranking right here. This is the total world assets. Bitcoin is now ranked 6, man. That's amazing. Yeah. So we're gonna flip Goggle again soon. We're gonna flip Crapple. If your Bitcoin goes to 155K, that's awesome. And then the big one is gold. Look at gold. There you go, friends. Yeah. So you can see all these out here. Looking at these, gold's 22 trillion. And then you have Crapple, yeah, and all these other things. So it is what it is. All right. We need to keep cranking. We'll see. Chainstink have launched a data stream for US equities and ETFs, delivering real-time pricing for tokenized real-world assets across 37 blockchains. So I guess it's a boost for the network effect of Painlink, Chainstink. The link ETH ratio is still trash. It's still stuck here. Like, look at this, down, up, and they're just taking forever, man. It's taking forever. We've got a long way to go. So yeah, it's because ETH is moving up. This thing is barely moving at all. It's got a long way to go, just like everything else, right? You need the business cycle to improve. You don't even need to worry about utility or anything out here. It's literally just the business cycle. I just got to remind everyone out here. Why is it taking so long? Our PMI, man, 33 months below 50 for the whole economy of the world, pretty much. It's US manufacturing PMI, 33 months below 50. We've only had 10, 12, and 6 on the previous 3 cycles, okay? This is the worst in 45 years. The last time it was this bad was 1980. The worst period in 45 years. It is what it is. And then if you remove that, literally, I think that was like the worst of all time. Check this out. President Trump has said anti-crypto Elizabeth Warren is a loser. So Pocahontas slapped out. You know, it is fun to join in these things, friends, but we know ultimately at the end of the day, they're all insiders. You know what I mean? But it is fun to check it out and see. Goldman Slugs expects the US Fed to cut 3 consecutive 25 basis point rate cuts in September. To start cutting. So, like I said, September, then October, then December. They're expecting 3 of those cuts. You know, that's why most market people are like in between 2 and 3, depending on the data. You know, if the data keeps coming out weak, like if unemployment rate in the next non-farm payroll ticks up, or if the US KIPPI comes down and ticks down again, maybe they go on for the full-on 3. But yeah, outside of our control, really, we're still waiting for just, you know, crypto to keep chugging along. President Pump says he will substantially raise the tariffs paid by India into the USA. Now, of course, India, friends, basically, I've got Indian friends. You guys are a meme country now. I don't know why we all know the flag. Everyone knows the India flag now. Yeah, man. I love it. It's funny. So remember these tariffs, and whatever's going on. No one cares, dude. No one cares. Pump the markets, dude. We don't care. All right. How come everyone else got to wait a less amount of time and get exponentially large amount of gains, huh? Where's my explanation? So we just got to wait. Binance CZ, my friend, he said, imagine if a country does not have AI or blockchain or the internet industry. So it's nice words, lexicon, verbs put into people's heads where they think, hey, do you have the internet? Yeah. Your country would be zero without the internet. Okay, well, AI and crypto are the same thing. If your country doesn't have them, you're going to zero as well. And you aren't going to zero. You're going to be like North Korea. Okay, everyone knows it, by the way. It's true. This actually is true. Arthur Gaze has an ENA. So his ENA fans, remember Athena? Remember the stablecoin SuperCycle? Yeah. So there's different ways you can punt on the stablecoin SuperCycle. You don't have a lot. Some people buy Circle, CRCL, their share. Some people buy Coinbase. You can participate. You can buy Athena. That's another option to do that. You could get into that plasma chain run by a Tether CEO, but it's sold out or something, or the point. I don't know. But yeah, there's different ways. But one of my favorite bets, yeah, it's super risky, is PDI as a punt on the stablecoin SuperCycle. There's different ways to express it. If you want to, you could, like being long Ethereum, you're also long stablecoin SuperCycle. Being long Chainlink, you're also long stablecoin SuperCycle. There's just different elements and weightings. So Athena ENA is also one option. They're going to unlock $102 million this week. And Arthur Gaze fans, it's funny, man. Arthur, he's so, I don't know. It is funny when he does this. It's funny. He's a billionaire. As soon he bull posted Ethereum and everything. He goes, stablecoins, Ethereum's amazing. And then like 5 days later, he dumps $15 million straight on. So where's Arthur? Have a zoom up with his feet right here. Arthur Gaze is bearish and just dumped $15 million of crypto. Oh, Arthur, that's so funny, man. Yeah, so he dumped it. He called for Bitcoin to go below 100K. But he's always macro swinging and stuff like that. But just to let you know, friends, he became a billionaire. He ran BitMEX. He founded BitMEX, so became a billionaire because of BitMEX collecting all the BTC of all the fees of everyone getting liquidated. Okay, so his money's not come from trading. His money all came from buying and holding BTC. It is funny, right? He always types this, if you know him. He goes, Yahtzee! And he does a kissy face. I don't know why. We don't see it as like bad. We just see it as like, bro, what are you doing? I mean, it's like, I don't know why. I don't know why. Just for some reason, it doesn't have a negative tone. It seems like it's so like mechanical and oh man, yeah. That's why, friends, with ENA, that's one of the reasons I didn't want to buy it. Remember, friends, if you've been listening to me for 3 months, every time I talked about the Athena ENA, I said, you're buying Arthur Hayes' token unlocked. It is. Every month, $6 million unlocked. Dump. Oh, man. I can actually show you as well, friends. There's more tokens that get unlocked this week. Okay, this chart here. You have Gito, Immutable X, Move, Galaxy, Space and Time, Sexty, then AI, Sleepless AI. I don't even know what the coins do. There's Gito, you know, bro, the coin's called G. You know what I mean? Like, you've got G in the name, so of course they're going to be dumping that. But, oh man, what do the coins do? I don't know. You need a meme cult religion, bro. No one cares about your utility, dude. Utilities can be easily replaced. Here we have, friends, as well. Citybug, JP Mosquito, and Goldman Slugs and Japan's SBI Group have led TradFi's blockchain investment surge with 345 deals totaling over 100 million between 2020 to 2024. So they bought into ICOs and little infrastructure stuff out here. And it's just showing you, this is interesting, right? In the past 4 years, look at them. They've been investing in crypto the whole time. You see that? That's from 2020 to 2024. Very interesting. Very interesting. They said they didn't like crypto back then. Huh. Well, so basically we just caught them out to be liars. Wait, you said you didn't like crypto, but you've been investing in the crypto industry since 2020? You guys hated crypto back then. I told you, friends, they're all scum. Their biggest fear of banks, their biggest fear is retailers getting in because that's who they sell to. They're like, no, don't buy now. I want you to buy later when I'm in. Trump media reports $3.1 billion in assets, the first quarter of positive cash flow, and a $2 billion treasury accumulation in Q2. The company also plans a utility token launch within the Truth Digital wallet ecosystem. Now, how do they make positive cash flow? I think they sold World Liberty Fund. Is that what imagine that was counted? It's like Ripple. Ripple says we made profit. No, your profit was dumping on the holders. Yeah, it's profit. It's cash flow. It's funny, man. We will be watching that though, friends, because maybe towards the end of the cycle, maybe they start selling off stuff. Okay. So, but remember, they also said that they're planning utility token launch, and they're going to release a wallet. Okay, so it's interesting, very interesting. They're planning a utility token and a wallet, so everyone's going for it this cycle. They're all going to bring it on top of the ball. Now, friends, I'm going to show you quickly Bitcoin Treasuries.net, and we're going to click on strategy here and MetaPlanet, okay? Because MetaPlanet's we've got news on it, but strategy, I want to see the NAV. We're going to check it every day. It's about 1.52. Remember, it's been ticking down. It used to be 3, then 2, then 1.9, 8, 7, 6. Now it's 1.5. It momentarily was 1.4. So we'll watch this over time if it goes down. MetaPlanet is, man, this thing used to be a 5. Now it's down to 2.3. Yeah, so MetaPlanet, friends, Bitcoin was trading for $500,000 on the MetaPlanet balance sheet. Yeah. So if when they're buying Bitcoin, when Bitcoin was 100K, I think the multiple was 5 or something, 5 or 6. Yeah, literally you're paying a $500,000 Bitcoin. Well, you're already down 50%, by the way. So now that Bitcoin's only worth 230,000. So like, didn't even take long. So see, I mean, I just hope we get that, man. I hope we get a crank. I want us to get a big, fat, juicy crank. We need. As I showed you before, MetaPlanet, they bought 460 BTC worth 50 million, bringing the total to 17,500. So friends, I think Dylan LeClair, he's a Bitcoin maxi. He's a very smart, gentle sir. Obviously hates altcoins, hates Ethereum. Dylan LeClair, I think he's in MetaPlanet now. Let me see. I think that he's associated with him. Oh wow, here it is. He's the actual director. Oh wow, that makes sense. Wow. So, yeah, man, Dilly, you know, now, I know he doesn't care, but like, now that you're the director of an equivalent, a shitcoin stock company, now whenever you talk Bitcoin, you know what we're just going to say. When Bitcoin dominance goes down, you know what I'm going to be saying. I'm going to be saying, oh, of course you say that because you need to dump on people who are going to buy your shitty stocks. And then you just take it for the real money. Why am I saying that? He's been saying that. Same as every Bitcoin max has been saying that for like 7 years. They go, hey, be careful. All these altcoins, they print the altcoins, they dump it for you, and they take the real money. And the real money is Bitcoin. That's what they've been saying. Now the stock market treasuries are going to do that as well. Friends, there's no way all these companies are going to outperform Bitcoin. Dude, you guys got no chance. You know how I know you're not going to outperform Bitcoin? Because you all thought Bitcoin's a good buy when it hits the BlackRock media and $100,000. Oh, now it's a good buy. That's what that's telling me is, on average, you have terrible decision making for everyone on average, and 98% will get pooped. But let's have a big bull market first. Crypto and AI czar David Nutsacks says AI's job loss narrative is overhyped. He adds, AI models still need to be prompted and verified, often iteratively, to drive business value, with humans handling supervision while AI does middle tasks. Yeah. We're seeing that right now. So AI is killing jobs, but man, it is doing a lot. It is doing a lot. I don't think it's replacing a job, but I think what it's letting it do, actually kind of is, it's letting another human do someone else's job by typing to the AI. It is. It's going to do it faster and faster. But also might open up new jobs. Cardano's community approved a $71 million treasury withdrawal with 73% vote for its core protocol development. So remember, it's bull market stuff, friends. You know, Cardano, you know Charles Hoskinson, and then you have and Richie Hart and Justin Sun. They all know, oh, it's bull market mode. This is where we release the news. We release the news. We release the protocols. We do the upgrades. These are the big stuff. We build into these things out here, right? Because new people are coming in. So when new people are coming in and you want to recruit them to your chain, they want to say, oh, what's new and what's happening? So that's how it changes. Robert Kiyosaki welcomes the Bitcoin dip below 90K. He says he's ready to double down, calling it the Bitcoin August curse. Do you believe in the Bitcoin August curse? So, yeah, August and Rectember every year are poop. Maybe ours goes up. So I don't know, because we've been basically slugged out for a long time. We'll see. ECB executive Piero Cipollone says cash isn't going away. It's evolving. A digital euro will complement, not replace, banknotes and coins. So when you hear stuff like this from a literal bug eater himself, like, friends, this guy is literally right now he's eating bugs, okay? This guy. He's a freaking mantis himself, okay? Yes, they are trying to replace cash. And look, friends, I've got to tell you something right now, okay? I've seen sometimes see Ivan and other people, they're like laughing at, grandpa and grandma energy from, the Europeans and like, oh, we're so old and like, we've got to follow America. I get it, man, but once you spend 2 seconds researching, it's the same entity. It's literally the same thing. It's just that the ECB is like, you know what, we can't be bothered pressing pause for a few years. We'll just do it now. Screw it. It's inevitable, right? And then America's like, no, let's fight it. Let's tell them no CBDC, no this and that. It's coming, dude. It's coming. We literally, it's the same entity. It's the same IMF, Bank of International Settlements. They are controlled by non-human intelligence. They have no laws, okay? And you have to take a clear pill approach. You have to. Pretty much, because it's outside of our control anyway. It's just, we're navigating these waves, you and me. And I say, while my time is limited on Earth, I'm not going to be stuck in the rat race. You know what I mean? Let's let everyone else do that. I can't be bothered. Bitcoin demand remains strong from CryptoQuant. Accumulation is rising. OTC supply is falling. So I just want to show you what they're referring to. They're referring to a chart right here, okay? So this is long-term, I think, the demand and shit, whatever. But look at this, friends. This is the what you got to do, right? People were distributing on the Bitcoin ETF here. The Bitcoin ETF news. And guess what? They were wrong. And then it popped up. You see that? So all these people, they were dumping into the Bitcoin ETF. Why? They were dumping Bitcoin around 40K. 35 to 40K. Because they were around, funny enough, it was around the Fibonacci retracements of Bitcoin. And then they got wrecked. It went up, okay? Then you have here, this is everyone dumping on the tariff tantrum. Look at all that, everyone dumping. You guys got wrecked as well, So that, what I believe is, that's two waves. Two waves. Bitcoin loves to do in waves of 3 and 4. Right? So that's why I think the next one is going to get, where it's going to get a bit tough. Where like it could actually be over, but since it believes a cycle, I'm going to hope it's not, and we're going to get another FUD event. That's why I'm hoping there's some obvious signs that. But I think it will be obvious, man. How's the business PMI? How's it going to just start rocketing up right now? It takes time. It takes time, So I think there will be signs, but that doesn't mean it's easy. But there will be signs where I say, you know what, I'm still holding. Tron founder Justin Sun finally made his space trip with Blue Origin. He placed a $28 million bid for it in 2021. So, friends, it is just hilarious. This is Justin. I'll show you. This is Justin in space. Here we go. I am in space. Me, Justin, His Excellency.
This is me since I'm dreamed to be in the space.
Wow, this is him dreaming to be in the space. So now he is in the space. Now, it's funny, it's funny, friends. A lot of people, they said, wow, he didn't even shield Tron. It's all the people from 2017 era. He didn't even shield Tron. It's like he's so beyond it now. It's like goes beyond him. He should have shielded, bro. It's fun. Friends, back then, people hated that he kept shilling his coin. They hated it. And now people say, you should have done it. You put $28 million bid. You should have shielded your coin. Which think about it from a psychological perspective. It's like we now expect someone to shill, Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing, friends. I'm not even in Tron, okay? And I'm saying, bro, you should have shilled me your bag, Justin. Make me regret not buying it years ago. I wasn't even in crypto in 2017 in the ICO, but make me regret not being there. Shill it. Twan. It makes you think about, friends, when you're talking about your football colors. You know what I mean? They're like their jerseys, Check it out as well, friends. Tesla have approved a $29 billion stock award for Elon Musk to keep him as CEO. I just found that strange. And maybe if you're a Tesla maxi, you can tell me about it. The CEO said, hey, I might leave. Better give me $29 billion. How does that work? I don't know. His net worth is $400 billion. Let me tell you now. Charmley's Bitcoin immersion now holds over 833,000, I think, Ethereum, worth 2.9 billion. It's the largest Ethereum treasury in the world. Charmly. Okay, so remember, friends, Ethereum at $8,000, it's about $1 trillion market cap. Okay, so that's why Ethereum's got a lot of round numbers. You've got the 5K and you've got the 8, because every 8K is a trillion market cap, right? Every 8K. But then 5's like, hey, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Yeah, he's got 60,000, you know, so that's psychologically, it's going to build up into something big. It has to. Check it out as well, friends. Apple CEO Tim Cook. So I don't know who Tim Cook is, because the Apple CEO I know is Tim Apple. He says, he tells staff the AI revolution is ours to grab, calling it bigger than the internet and pledging major investment following record earnings. Now, actually, friends, you know, Apple are way, way, way behind AI. Their AI is shocking, okay? Their AI is garbage, and they're so far behind. I hear Jeremy Lafufu and the other stock market dudes are talking about, man, Apple is just so far behind this AI. What are they going to do? I think Apple, friends, they did the most dumbest thing ever. They gave like $100 billion to their shareholders, and it's only like a 1.2% yield. It's like you blew $100 billion. You don't know where to use it, so you just gave people 1% yield for the year or so. Something redonkulous. I forgot, it was something like that, or they're considering it. I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. And by the way, why it's relevant is when Bitcoin keeps going up, friends, all of us in crypto, we're going to be going, Tim Apple, you're an idiot. You should have bought Bitcoin at $20,000. You've cost your investors a 10x. If you put your $100 billion in down there, which you couldn't have even gotten in, but $100 billion down there, you'd be having $1 trillion of cash. How dare you, Tim Apple? And people will say that. Obviously, it's unrealistic, but it doesn't matter, friends, because FOMO. When Bitcoin's price goes up, you know, we know we're bluffing. He doesn't know we're bluffing. You know, when we show Tim Apple, right here, he's rubbing his hands. You know, could be rubbing lube. Right? So Tim Apple is like rubbing his hands here. Yes. We'll be like, yeah, FOMO is building in their hearts. That's what we want to see. So where are we going from here? You know, maybe friends, it really is just maybe BCB's thing's going to play out and it's not over. If you remember, so blockchain backers, he really thinks Bitcoin's going up here and then it's literally all over. Comes back down here. And when he showed that chart, there's nothing after this point. He's basically, well, that's it. Because, but when I did was, I was like, wait a minute. If we got that, okay, if we got something like that, this is still some sort of trend like that. Okay. Now, maybe that was just a bit too deep, but you never know. Maybe that does happen. And we go down, there's an alt season here, but then Bitcoin goes down, bang. 97K gets the weekends out, and that's wave 3 complete. Right? Bitcoin hits 1 thing. Maybe that's wave 3, friends. So, yeah, maybe that's exactly what happens. And then we move on up and we get the parabola. And just to let you know, friends, a $200,000 Bitcoin, really significant. Why? Because it means Bitcoin didn't really diminish from last cycle. That's never happened before. We've had extraordinarily diminishing gains. So, you know, Bitcoin hits 200K by December this year. That would be, it really was, this time is different. So Bitcoin ran the longest it has in history by an extra 6 months. That's one. And it did the biggest gains in history in terms of it never diminished. Okay? Its diminishing factor was like near zero. So if we get 200K by the end of this year, okay, you are still running a risk if you say, oh, this time is different, I'm going to hold in 2026. Okay, just so we know each other, I'll say, I have to tell you, no, actually, no, this time was already different. We have already run the longest in history, already right now, and we've run the highest, you know? So we'll see. Is it going to be met with exotic top signals or what? I don't know. But for now, we don't really have to worry about that, do we? Because we're just guessing triangles and stuff out here. So I guess we'll see how far Bitcoin goes up and stalls out. My friends, honestly, man, I feel, man, yeah, what if it does stop at 130 just there? That'll screw everyone else. Just remember I told you who's left? 4-year cyclers. Friends, 4-year cyclers. Do you know how markets go, right? So if Bitcoin stops at 130, no one's getting out. You don't want to know why? Everyone's selling at 150. Twink Brothers, Sir Ivan, Crypto Banter, you name it. Literally every single person, friends, Crypto Lark, I'm forgetting all of them, but I'm telling you, there's like 10, 20, 30. Everyone wants to sell at 150. Everyone. They've been wanting to sell for 150 for a long time. If it stops at 130 and they go, wow, and they're like, don't worry, because everyone's going to think the next thing's coming up higher. And then we go, no, they're getting out here, dude. You know they're getting out here because it's failed. Because it's 4, that's why I said the 4-year cycle. So, well, 4-year cycle's up. Still got to get out. What are you going to do now? You know, so I don't want this to happen. If it was up to me, this is what I would do. Whee! That's what I would do, friends. Whee! That's what I would do for all of us. It's not up to me. But we know every step of the way, the market has been pushing people off. It's like, hey, what do you believe in? Oh, you want us to like never have a retracement? Goodbye. Oh, you 4-year cycle? Goodbye. What are you here for? You know what I mean? So that's it. You could just tell, right? It's been happening every single way. So like I could pretend to close my eyes and go, oh yeah, everything's gonna be completely fine. But just like this cycle so far, it's been yes, everything's come out, man. Everything. Oh, you need the president to pump your bags? Guess what? He's gonna induce a recession. Here come the tariffs. Everything. Oh, you want the US Fed to cut rates? Nope, they're high. It's just everything as a test. You know, but at the end of the day, you got to hold anyway. You know, but if you hear absorbing the story in the news, and if you're weak hands rely on stories. They need the news. They need the news. They need the news to come out. So the fact that it's not complying with them, it's just wearing them out. You know, it does tell me like it. Okay, why should the news that's been testing you every time? Why should it give you 150K to sell and then go down? Markets don't do that. You know, Bitcoin didn't go to 100K in 2021 to let everybody sell and then go down. Yeah, so we'll see. I still believe. Do you? Like, subscribe. Catch you in the next one.